Hi, everybody, and welcome to Fox 9 Sports Now. And tonight might as well be a Wolves post-game show here tonight. And unfortunately, it's a difficult Wolves game to talk about. Kevin Lynch from Bally Sports North, kind enough to join us. And Kevin, what's your biggest takeaway? The series now at 2-2, so it basically turns into a best-of-3.
Well, number one, the way I look at this right now is that, after the Wolves finish the regular season playing against Phoenix, and then they start the first round, things are never as good as you think, or as bad as you think, and then now you got Denver 2-2 now after a 2-0 lead. I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as you think as well. So it's the NBA playoffs is a funky situation in a lot of ways. So, but they're in a pickle right now because now you got 2 of the last 3 games in Denver after having that 2-0 lead. So this is not going to be easy. Plus, Denver's playing way better. They just did not play well those first 2 games in Denver. I'm saying the Nuggets and the Wolves played. And plus, I think the Wolves, like I was just telling you, Jim, I think the Wolves are a bit of a front-running team. When things are going well, when they're up and they have a lead, then they can play better and better and put you away because they have talent. Okay. But playing from behind is an issue now, even when it's at home against a good team. So they got to get leads and then control the game from there. Well, no home team has won in this series, so that means Wolves will win in 7. Yeah, well, let's go. Let's go. That works for me. All right, we've got some highlights for you to show. The Wolves, big stars, Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, 2 completely different nights. Wolves came out firing, led by Edwards as he hit his first 4 shots of the night. Wolves up by a half dozen early, but the second half of the first quarter was all Denver. Here, Reggie Jackson with the bucket, a 12-0 run here. And this was interesting how they got things going, and Jokic with the basket there. Then the turnover here. This was the meltdown at the end of the half. Kevin, this really turned the table here. That was it right there. Then, in a matter of less than 20 seconds, Denver scores 8 points, Minnesota 2 turnovers, and it's just a downer going into halftime. And that was a spectacular drive and dunk by Anthony Edwards. But yeah, that play at the end, those few plays at the end of the second quarter were a killer. And Jokic, watching him play, you got to kind of pay attention to what he's doing. What Denver does a lot with Jokic is they put him in the middle of the court, right up by the 3-point line, Jim. Yep. And he's just a playmaker. If he gets single covered, he'll kind of post up and back you in or hit a floater. And he's so dangerous in the middle of the floor there because he's got so many options to go to. So Denver takes this game, series tied at 2. Here's Anthony Edwards in the locker room afterwards.
We won 2 games, but we didn't think it was going to be easy. I mean, this is, like I always say, these are the defenders. I said it after game 2. They're not going to lay down. They're going to punch, and we're going to punch back. And they beat us up tonight. The last 2 nights, they beat us up in the fight. And that's okay. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back, figure it out next game, and we'll be ready again.
All right, here's Jokic, a dominant beast tonight. 35 points, 7 boards, 7 assists. He's the straw that stirs the drink for them. Yeah, no question. And like I said, he's a guy that just plays at a different speed, a slower speed. The assumption a lot is we all know that there's a ton of world-class athletes in the NBA that are just off the charts athletic, and this guy is huge. He's 7 feet tall. He's a big dude, but he plays slower, and that makes all these athletes trying to guard him uncomfortable. And this is what they do. They set a screen just like that, and then they isolate him, or he rolls to the basket, and he's under control. He plays that slow down kind of pace, and he kills you. And all this talk of there's no post-up game in the NBA, these are basically back to the basket post-up moves that he's doing. Look at him right at the top of the key there. They just kick it out. He sticks threes as well. He didn't shoot the 3 great here tonight, but it's an option that Denver can go to, and he's just a handful no matter how you slice it. Yeah, TNT was the ones that showed how he was working the post moves in the first half when he had 19. So big night for him. All right, we have more coming from Target Center. Our Pierre Nugent has been in the locker room talking to the guys about how they bounce back. Pierre, does this feel like game 3 post-game? Or is 4 a different feeling now that they've lost 2 straight?
I would say it's a similar feeling to how things played out in Game 3, Jim. But, I mean, in talking to the players in the post-game locker room after the game, everybody's saying it's just the little details. It's just a little thing here or there that you just got to pay attention to. Nobody's panicked. Nobody's losing any confidence, and nor should they. I mean, they won the first 2 games in Denver, so there's no reason for them to believe that they can't go back to Denver on Tuesday and win a Game 5 and then try to close out the series in Game 6 here on Thursday. But Jim, after the first 2 games, Minnesota came home with a lot of momentum, and that momentum has completely gone out the door after Games 3 and 4. Where has the defense gone for this team, especially after what we saw in Game 2? Minnesota held Denver to under 100 points in Games 1 and 2, and in Games 3 and 4, Denver has scored 117 and 115 respectively, and Minnesota really has just had to fight an uphill battle in both of these games. Anthony Edwards couldn't do it all by himself. He had 44 points on the night, but everybody else really failing to match that type of production. Karl-Anthony Towns, a tough shooting night for him. I mentioned the defense. Denver shot 57% from the field tonight. That's certainly not going to get it done. That's not the type of Timberwolves basketball that we've seen all season long. And catching up with the players after the game, they understand that there's still plenty of basketball left to be played. Nobody's hanging their heads, but they know now is the time to really flip the switch because the defending champs have gotten right back in this series.
All extremely calm. Nobody has long faces. Nobody's upset. Nobody's worried or anything like that. I mean, everybody knows that, we can go out there and compete at the highest level with anybody. So, I mean, like I said, we haven't lost 3 games in a row. I think our mindset is just fine.
We got to play 48 minutes. I don't think we've accomplished that yet in this series. Even Game 2, that kind of looked like we did, and we found a lot more things that we covered up with just effort. The mistakes we've made. So we got to find a way to execute it for 48 minutes and get back that defensive tenacity, that brand of basketball that we've shown the world that we could play.
And, Jim, I heard you and Kevin talking about it just a moment ago. Really, the shooting percentages have been, night and day for Denver from Games 1 and 2 to Games 3 and 4. I mentioned 57% tonight. 14 of 29 from 3 in Game 3. 13 of 29 here tonight, again from 3. The three-point shooting has just been nothing short of spectacular for Denver, and that is making life awfully, awfully difficult for Minnesota. And, I'm not sure what Chris Finch is going to do at this point. They maybe try to run guys off the line, trying to make it a little more difficult from beyond the arc. But, Denver right now has wrestle control back in this series. Game 5 scheduled for Tuesday night in Denver. And stay with Fox 9 for all of your coverage. We will be on the road in Denver to bring you the very latest as we lead things up to Game 5 to see if the Wolves can avoid their first 3-game losing streak of the season. Jim?
All right, thanks very much, Pierre. We'll let you get out to the airport so you can get your way to Denver. All right, Kevin, here's Karl-Anthony Towns. Made just 1 of 10 in the first half, finished with 13 on the night. What happened, and more importantly, how can they get him going?
Yeah, to me, it's not a whole lot that the coaching staff can really do in running. They run plays for him to get him going. He's got to make shots. With the attention that Edwards is drawing, and sometimes he's got 3 guys on him, that's just going to leave open other players, including Towns.
Right.
And he's got to make shots. And he gets so emotional at times, and he gets so fired up, and he's been really good the second half of the season as far as kind of getting better at stopping complaining with the refs and foul, call, all this kind of stuff, all the complaining. He's been better at that, but tonight it just seemed like he got so emotional, and then he plays faster than he should. But at the end of the day, he's got to make shots, and tonight he did not do that. And there's shots there to be made. Like I said, Edwards draws so much attention that other players are going to be open, including Towns.
All right, here's where it really went off the rails for the Wolves was the end of the first half.
Yes.
It could have been a 7 or an 8-point deficit had Ant scored. That's their bucket there that put them up by 10. Edwards, with plenty of time coming up, you can see it in the corner, 10 seconds, loses the ball.
Yeah.
And what did you see here?
Well, just sloppy play, just loses the basketball. And this is another thing Denver's doing. They're leaking out. They're like, on this situation, it's Michael Porter Jr., and then, Jamal Murray just hits a 60-foot shot at the buzzer, okay? But it's just kind of Minnesota falling apart at the end of that second quarter. It seems like good teams are pretty tight with whatever they're doing defensively on the offensive end at the end of quarters, halves, and the game. And that was just basically a lucky shot.
Right,
but
but still, just to throw it away.
Yeah.
Walker Alexander or Alexander Walker threw it away there. He should have just ate it and whatever. He had the turnover and the points. You just made it worse. And so instead of being down 7 or 8 at the intermission, you're down 15.
Yeah, and then you go into the locker room just you know, kind of depressed and down about how everything turned out, and that's just sloppy play. And again, you know, this team is a world champion team. Denver is. We know that, right? So. So they're ready to go when it comes to a crunch time situation, and the Wolves just have not been there enough. We talked about this last week, and that's one thing, that the Wolves are one of the most talented teams in this league, but they just have not been hardened by previous playoff disappointments deep in the playoffs. So right now they're getting tested, and who knows how this season's going to end up for Minnesota, but they got to take these lessons into, you know, next year and 2 years from now and use this. I mean, look at Denver. Denver in the bubble 4 years ago down in Florida got to the Western Conference Finals and lost to the Lakers. So they've had disappointments. So these are things that the Wolves have to go through if they're one day going to win an NBA championship.
All right, we're going to take